Mayweather. Come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year.
I want a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
Floyd Money Mayweather has just made a move that could be the riskiest of his career. The build-up to Floyd versus Manny 2 promised a full professional showdown, a chance for Manny to settle the 2015 score and for Floyd to defend his flawless 50-0 record. Yet, in a surprising twist during a recent media event, Floyd completely upended expectations.
Yeah, first of all, back to you at Sphere. What part did being at the Sphere kind of play you taking that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right. And as far as that, what's it going to be like fighting him again, like 11 years later now?
It's just, I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exhibition.
This isn't merely a shift in wording. It represents a complete unraveling of the agreement. Many are now wondering whether Floyd ever planned to engage in a genuine fight. Meanwhile, as Floyd navigates his wordplay, Netflix and Team Pacquiao reportedly have all the documentation to back the original deal.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
The Sphere still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed.
Okay, so it's still happening then?
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't?
Yeah. All right. Look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improved and better strategy compared to the last one.
I know it's something you've been wanting for a very long time. I know you felt that that first fight wasn't, the best of you, right?
Yeah. This time, no excuse.
It was only a matter of time before Oscar de la Hoya weighed in. The longtime rival and social media provocateur tore into Mayweather during his clapback series, completely dismantling Floyd's excuses. De la Hoya went beyond claiming Floyd was broke, labeling him a fraud who has spent his career avoiding real rematches. He didn't hold back on attacking the undefeated 50-0 record and even brought up Floyd Sr., challenging the legitimacy of Floyd's victory over the Golden Boy Promotions founder. He reminded Floyd how he retired for just over a year specifically to dodge their rematch.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't going to do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight. I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now, these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work, and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go!
Oscar's critique underscores a wider issue in boxing. By avoiding a true professional fight with Pacquiao, Floyd is protecting his record while sacrificing credibility with younger fans. For De La Hoya, this isn't merely a business decision. It's a retreat, a calculated way for a man unwilling to risk his reputation to exit without facing a potential loss.
Your shoulder going into that fight.
Man, supposedly, like, I'm just wondering 2 weeks before the fight, like, if I'm going to postpone it or not, because I'm so bothered with my shoulder. But the thing is, I'm worried about the fans because the kit is sold out. The fan is already there in Las Vegas waiting for the fight. Like, the whole world is very excited for that fight. And I'm thinking, like, and then you're going to announce, like, the fight is postponed like that. And they were, dismayed, like, I mean.
Tell me about that fight a little bit. Just being in there with Floyd being in there with you. Like, what was the experience like being there in the ring fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but then after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated with my
Yeah, you got an operation. Yeah. I remember you posted a picture or a video.
Yeah. So, it really hurt.
Yeah.
After the operation, after one day.
I've had it. I've had a shoulder surgery. The rehab is terrible too.
Oh.
The rehabilitation.
Like, how many months? Like, it's really hard.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
Who?
Floyd Mayweather, when you fought him. Were you like, this is what I thought, or was it better or worse?
No, that's his style. Like, I knew it. But the thing is, I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I review the compi box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. I slow motion it, like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. I won like two rounds from him, but I understand that's boxing. I'm not complaining or making just it happened that way. It happened to me many times, like the Jeff Horn, Bradley won, like the Bradley fight, like.
Even Team Pacquiao is challenging the exhibition storyline. Their CEO, Joss Mthur, pushed back with a revealing statement. Floyd didn't just sign a single contract. He signed several agreements on different dates, each one clearly specifying a professional boxing match.
A lot of confusion that's going on. I know that there's been some tweets that's been presented on our end. Yeah. And obviously there's quotes from you kind of saying that, hey, one, this is not an exhibition, and two, the fight is still on. So could we just start from kind of, I guess, both angles on the exhibition, true not, and is the fight still going on?
All right, so it's never been an exhibition. It was never an exhibition. It was never discussed as an exhibition. There were no talks of an exhibition. The contracts, not contract, contracts, multiple contracts signed on various different dates, okay, and we're always for a pro fight. So this is for a pro fight. It was always a pro fight. Floyd's been aware that it's been a pro fight from day one. He's been involved from his side with his management on the negotiations, on the economics, back end, front end, all of that stuff. So no chance ever that this was going to be an exhibition.
Pacquiao's team has documented evidence, including device IDs and IP addresses, confirming Floyd's wet signatures on professional fight contracts. In a widely circulated interview, they claimed Floyd is simply afraid to risk his record, arguing that if he truly intended an exhibition, he would never have signed the professional agreements. The conflict has escalated, putting one of the biggest streaming events in history on the brink of chaos.
Again, Floyd fighting in his exhibition versus Mike Tyson in the Congo to get ready for this. That's on April 25th. And like we saw a second ago, Manny takes his on April 18th from the Thomas and Mack Arena in Vegas. So this must have been planned in the works before they even announced the exhibition fights, right? And again, Floyd's got a tough one. Ruslan is a former world champion. It's a 10-round welterweight fight. That's not the same exhibition that Floyd is doing. They don't even have rounds yet for the Floyd and Mike Tyson deal. Minutes, none of that. This is a 10-round exhibition, but it's a fight because Ruslan's a bad mother. But this was all it had to have been set up, put in play for those two to come together in September. They needed a tune-up fight for each of them. That wasn't going to count against them on their records. Hopefully no one gets knocked out in those two exhibition fights. And again, they're two of the best of all time. They could probably avoid it. Then they come out in September and have one final go at it. I told you guys, Floyd is going broke, and there's no other clear explanation other than, we can look through the court documents of him versus Showtime, but missing $340 million, being years and years behind on his taxes, that's clearly the motivation for this. And because Floyd, obviously, he is one of the best of all time, so if he still can do it. But Mike Tyson, followed by Manny Pacquiao, will get you out of a lot of financial bad situations and bad decision-making. So this is why I think Floyd is doing this more than anything else, leveraging his 50-0 career, because that will bring in the viewership, and Netflix being the partner here. This, I don't know if it's going to approach it, but if there was a matchup to beat Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul on Netflix, seeing as, again, 4.2 million pay-per-view buys, and seeing as the casual audience doesn't really give a shit if you're 58 years old Mike Tyson, if you're Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul, the competitiveness of that fight wasn't really ever in question.
Amid the contract dispute, a troubling financial detail has surfaced about Floyd. Major sports outlets, including ESPN, report that Mayweather hasn't just signed the deal, he's already spent part of it. Sources indicate he received a substantial cash advance on his purse months ahead of the planned September fight.
That's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done, he took some advances apparently, on the actual agreed upon terms of the contract, and now there's a little bit of confusion. Apparently, he's been given till today, Thursday, to rectify this and actually move forward with the original agreed upon terms of the contract. So this is an interesting topic, Paulie. Some new information that we touched on this week, and this is one of those things. It's going to be a rolling bout of news as we get more and more related to this. But we do have a little bit more confirmation on where the battle lines have been drawn in terms of what the muddy agreements have been. What are you thinking about this situation, champ?
Guys, I think that this is just a selling point. I think ultimately Mayweather has to agree to whatever the contract is. If it's a fight, I think one of the comments the other day really made a point that, one of the comments in our chat made a point that, has really stuck with me. Mayweather has to know the terms he agreed to. Come on, you can't just sign something and not know those terms. He's got to know that if it is, in fact, it has to be a fight, then he would do this. And he knows he's got to go through with a fight. He may just be saying this just to sell the fight in general, just to sell it as, make it a talking point, make it a controversial point so that people want to wind up, talking about it more. It becomes a topic of discussion, and then from that perspective, people end up watching it because it becomes more of a polarizing topic of conversation. So I don't know, I see this eventually getting straightened out. I think it has to. Floyd has to fight right now. I think Mayweather probably wants to fight right now. Mayweather wants to fight and probably has to fight right now, and Pacquiao seems to want to and have to as well. So in one way or another, I think this is going to get straightened out.
In boxing, taking an advance on a purse is often viewed as a warning sign, implying urgent financial pressure that clashes with the wealthy image Floyd has cultivated for years. If the fight falls through because of Floyd's contract breach, he could lose more than just the remaining purse. He might be legally required to repay the advance, potentially putting his remaining assets at significant risk.
Listen, in terms of getting people talking about it, we're talking about it right now, but also in terms of the response it's gotten from Team Pacquiao, it may be working. It may be getting under their skin. So we have a video here of Manny Pacquiao's response to this whole situation.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know these said...
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight, yeah.
Is Spear still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Okay, so it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
How do you not like Manny Pacquiao, man? His response is like, no, he signed for a real fight. This is a real fight. I wouldn't do an exhibition. And that was actually brought up to the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Matthew, would you guys be interested in an exhibition at some point? And he said, no, we're not. We want a real fight. Manny wants a real fight, which doesn't surprise me at all. Manny just fought a 12-rounder against a young 30-year-old world champion almost a year ago. So he obviously wants a real fight, especially with Floyd Mayweather, because he has a chance to actually get revenge.
Outside the ring, Floyd's finances are raising eyebrows. Despite earning over $1 billion during his career, reports suggest his expenses are staggering. Analysts highlight his collection of Bugattis, $1,000 daily haircuts, and an entourage that travels on separate private jets, painting a picture of financial strain that could spiral into serious trouble.
All across social media, there are rumors and stories coming out about Floyd Mayweather, him auctioning off why he's going to fight Mike Tyson. Saw this incredible tweet that listed all the things Floyd Mayweather wasted money on while living in Las Vegas and just living for the culture. That's what Floyd Mayweather is an example of. The stupidity of living for the culture and trying to be relatable and trying to be this incredible icon or example of, look how much money I've made. He's blown it all, and now at 49 years old, he's got to go back into the boxing ring and continue to fight because he's in a lot of debt.
My ass kicked to collect $200. What do you think? I could use a good ass kick, and I'll be very honest with you.
And this is what I was trying to make the point to Cam Newton about. This whole, I'm doing it for the culture. What has doing it for the culture ever gotten anyone? Venereal disease?
I think it's a venereal disease.
Bunch of baby mamas?
Kevin Jr., Kevin, you are the father!
This is why I say, don't be relatable, don't live for the culture. Rather than trying to be relatable, why not try to be helpful? That's what men are supposed to do. Let someone like Michael Jordan take an example from him.
Observers have pointed out that Floyd is facing a series of legal and financial challenges. From a $300 million lawsuit with Showtime to reports of foreclosed properties in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, signs of strain are emerging. He's reportedly selling luxury watches and high-end cars at a pace that suggests asset liquidation. When one's image is built on wealth, any slowdown in cash flow can quickly erode that persona. This mounting pressure sheds light on Floyd's sudden push into exhibitions. The Netflix deal was meant to be a financial lifeline, but his attempt to pressure the platform into an exhibition may have backfired.
Why don't we stop there and see what Mayweather and Pacquiao are doing right now? I think you are dramatically overestimating what the size of the audience is going to be. Sure, it'll be seven figures because anything on Netflix is seven figures because it has 270 million subscribers worldwide. It will be seven figures, but it won't sniff the kind of numbers that those other fights did. And that's a problem, I think, for Netflix. Netflix is in the big number business. They're in the event business. I think if you take away the carrot of this being a real fight, that is going to diminish this fight considerably in the eyes of a lot of people, man.
The only carrot here is the fact that Netflix is on board. And if you have a Netflix subscription, you're going to get to watch this for free. My neighbors, my elderly neighbors, they're the ones that actually told me about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. when it happened. They were into that fight. They bought that pay-per-view. You think they're not going to watch the fight if it's free on Netflix with two familiar names? It's going to be a mega success, but it's going to be a terrible fight. It's going to be two geriatric has-been old greats that are just doing it for the money, and we're just watching for the intrigue.
Some insiders in boxing suspect Floyd is attempting a calculated payday without actually fighting. The theory suggests he signs a professional contract to secure the advance, then leverages his influence to convert it to an exhibition at the last moment, knowing promoters are too invested to walk away. He's employed a similar approach before with the Logan Paul bout and various international exhibitions. If Netflix refuses to acquiesce and the fight collapses, Floyd could face legal battles on two fronts: Team Pacquiao for breach of contract and Netflix for fraud. For someone already dealing with mounting legal issues, this could be the knockout blow no opponent in the ring ever delivered.
Addresses, son. Like, would I have cared if this was an exhibition versus a pro fight? No, I wouldn't have. Both guys are getting in there. They're around the same weight. Does it really matter if it goes on someone's record? Not to me, because this fight doesn't really mean a lot to me, pro or exhibition. But if it's a pro fight, it does add a little something to it. It adds something a little bit sweeter to the pot, because Floyd could potentially lose his O, and that's his whole identity, right? So, yeah. This is, I think, going to get way worse before it gets better. I'm thinking this fight's not going to happen, y'all. Which, again, who cares? Honestly, like, is this going to take anything away from us? No. But the court battle that ensues will be cinema. Because I don't know how Floyd thinks he's going to get away with breaching his contract, taking a cash advance on a fight that is probably not going to happen if he keeps saying it's an exhibition, or if he doesn't want to do a pro fight. Yeah, I just don't. I don't think it's going to work out, man. As far as the fight itself was concerned, Manny has looked better more recent, but I don't know how it would have gone. But I mean, they're saying the fight's still on. I don't see it.
Floyd Mayweather's legacy is now on precarious ground. Caught between a professional contract he seems unwilling to fulfill and a financial reality that leaves little room to back out. Is he maneuvering Netflix and Pacquiao for one final enormous payday? That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our future uploads. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video.